So in this particular video, we are going to be setting up our development environment for our course. So for setting up the development environment, we need to install two pieces of software onto our system. So for that, we first require open browser and preferred browser, and over there we just want to search for the VS Code on a Google search. After searching, we will get this first result. That will be the official website of the Visual Studio. So you can go see the code.visualstudiocode.com. So we will just click on this first link and then we will redirecting to the official website of the Visual Studio Code. And so we are going to be using the Visual Studio Code for developing our code and are going to be using as an IDE for, or we can consider as a code editor. So on this page, you can see there is a button to download it for the Windows stable version. So we will just click on it and it will be start downloading into our system. So you can see it has started the downloading over here. If we go back on the page, you can see that this is the latest version of this. So you might be having a question in your mind that we are using why we are using the VS Code. So the VS Code offering a variety of features that we can use in our code development that will help us to automate a lot of tasks, and it will help us while developing our code. So you can see there is a intelligence that is offers some debugging part, as well as it has a git command built in this particular part of VS Code. And you can see there are different extensions and customizable extensions that are available in the marketplace. So there is a marketplace where we can download all the extension for each and every programming language out of there, and we are using VS Code for the other development purpose as well, with the other programming language like C, C++, Java, Python, etc. So it supports a lot of programming language and lots of extensions are available in the marketplace, using which we can get a lot of assistance with the help of these extensions that are available. So it will help us to easily write the code. And if I scrolling down, you can see VS Code for all these are all the supported language that VS Code offers, and you can see we can add multiple language support at the same time. So let's say you are a person who works on different programming language, and at the same time, it will be very useful, or you can consider helpful for you to see VS Code as a compared to the other IDs. So let's say that you are using Java, Python, or C++. At the same time, you can add different extension for all these programming language from the marketplace in our VS Code, and it is considered that the code editor, and it will support all the three programming language at the same time. So you don't need to install IDs for each and every programming language. Instead of that, you can use the VS Code as a code editor, and we can add different language support with the help of marketplace extension. After that, you can see here that it also support for Linux and Mac. So it can be also used for the different operating system, in which we can consider that it is to be Mac operating system or Linux operating. So according to that, you can consider to download the for appropriate system. So right now I'm using here setup for Windows system. So once our download is completed, we will just try to install this particular piece of software onto our system. Other than VS Code, we are installing the another piece of software that is called as Sublime Text Editor. So we'll just search here Sublime Text. So you will see this result and second result, and it will be our Sublime Text. So just right click on it, and then afterwards you can show us the download page on this text editor. So this is a lightweight text editor that we can use to quickly make changes into our code, which is our HTML and CSS code. So we can quickly open the file and make changes quickly, so that we don't need to open VS Code and make small changes for a smaller part. So we can use the Sublime Text Editor. So we will just click on the download and it will start downloading into our system. So once the download is completed, we will install this both piece of software onto our system and set up our development environment for our course. So now the downloaded is completed, and I have stored these two pieces of software in a new folder. So you can see here that the software will be downloaded. So first of all, let's install the VS Code IDE. So we will first double click on it and extension of the VS Code, and after we click on that, it will accept the agreement. So we'll just need to select this radio box, and here we click on the next. After this, we can see all these settings are checked by the default. So we will just keep into the default as then click on the next. And if we just click on the install, and it will go to the installation of part for our system. So I already installed the VS Code on my system, so I'm going to be not going to install again. So it will just click on that, and I will start the particular part where we can see whatever is to be completed. Whenever you just right click on this particular folder, you will just open it the VS Code. So it will ask you yes, trust area, and then that after the particular part, you can see this particular given the extension opening for the VS Code. We will install the extension for HTML and CSS by going to the extension market. So here is the marketplace. So you can see there are different icons that are available over here. You can see run and debug, source control. There is options for search. There is a explorer option, and after that, at the end, you will have the extension. So if we click on the extension marketplace, so this is the marketplace from where we can install the all the extension for the different language. So for our course, we are going to require the HTML extension. So you can see there is an extension which is extension called as a HTML snippet. There is HTML CSS support intelligence. So you can see there are different extensions that are available over here. So we are just going for the installation the snippet of HTML snippet. After that, we are going to install the HTML preview. So using it, we can run our server and see the final output of our HTML page. So we are going to be installing these two pieces of libraries or extension for now. And once we all done with that, we are good to go. So these are the two extensions that are going to be installing from the marketplace. So once all the installation is done, that will just try to close this VS Code, and now we are going to be starting writing our first piece of code from the next video, which is to be required.